First thing I would like to teach you concerning graph of relation is when the question asks, listen to the question. When the question asks, find the value of s for which as s is increasing, y is decreasing. Or find the value of s for which as s is increasing, y is decreasing. Or sometimes they ask, find the value of s. Values of s for which the graph. So when they mention graph, it means that they are talking about this. Whatever you use to plot. Whatever you use to plot. So they say the graph is positive, or the value of s for which graph the y is negative. So when this question is asked, we said that when x is decreasing, we are moving from the s values from here. That means the x is increasing. That means from -3 to the last one here, x is increasing. Now, from here, from the down here, y is also increasing. So when we say y is decreasing, then it means that the movement of the graph is going down this way. So when we draw a graph this way, you see that from here up to the turning point, the graph is increasing. From down here to this place, y is increasing. Now, what do we use? What s value do we use to plot here is this. So from -3 to the equation of the line of symmetry, where s is equal to 0.7, the graph is increasing. So these are the values of s for which the graph is increasing. So from x is equal to 3 to x is equal to 0.7, the graph is increasing as s is increasing. So it means that y is increasing as s is also increasing. So the answer is like this. We have -3 x 0.7. So this statement says that the values of s for which this is point. This statement I've written here means that as y is increasing and s is increasing, the values of x for which the graph is increasing from here to here is that's x is greater than or equal to 3 but less than 0.7. So you see it ends at where the value of x is this, the equation of the line of symmetry. So from the starting point here, 3 to the equation of the line of symmetry, the graph is increasing. So it means that from -32, it rises up to what? The highest point here. So it enters into the positive. That is when it is increasing. Now, when they ask, what's the value of x for which the graph is what? Decreasing. The graph is decreasing meaning that the graph you've drawn here is start coming down. So when the graph start coming down, the y start coming down. That means the values of y is decreasing up to it come down here. So this side, y is decreasing as s is increasing. Y is decreasing as s is increasing. So as s is increasing, it starts from here. Here, which is what? The equation of the line of symmetry from 0.7 to the last point we plot here. The last point we plot here is s is equal to 4. So here we said 0.7 to 4. So here, the value of s for which the graph is decreasing or the graph will be negative is this, from 0.7 to 4. So we say s is greater than or equal to 0.7, then s is less than 4. S is less than 4. So this is the range of value of x for which y is decreasing. The range, the value of s for which y is decreasing is this. Now, the value of s for which the graph or the y is increasing is this. So the zeros, when they ask of the zeros of the graph is this. The zeros of the graph is this that we have where the graph cut the s-axis. These are the zeros of the graph. The zeros of the graph here is s is equal to -1, s is equal to 2.33. Now, the maximum value, because the graph turned up, the maximum value, it occurs here when we substitute the equation of the line of symmetry into this to get the maximum value. So these are the whole thing that they will ask on graph of relation when we draw the graph. So now, when you follow this video, all this video, then you don't have any problem when you are asked to draw a graph and to answer questions that follow. First, equation of the line of symmetry. I teach you how to find it. Add the zeros of the graph, divide it by 2, then you get the answer s is equal to 7. That is the equation of the line of symmetry. Take your rule, get that, and draw the line through it. Now, after getting the equation of the line of symmetry, put that value into the equation given to you. Solve for y. Then you get, when you get the y value, the y value become either your minimum value or maximum value when it turns upside down. Minimum value when it turns up, maximum value. So both the equation of the line of symmetry and the maximum value or the minimum value give you either the maximum point or minimum point. In this case, our 0.7 is our 8.3, which is y is equal to 8.3, is our minimum value. That's why it's our maximum value. That's why we get maximum point. Okay, thank you. So go over the values of s for which the graph is increasing, y is increasing is this. The y is increasing. Then the values of s for which the graph is decreasing. The graph is decreasing is this. So that is it. Bye-bye.